This
recording.
conference will
People
now
who
be
might have watched
recorded.
yesterday's class, what we did, if you see the yesterday's class, we did this import and with a get record. We did delete record, delete record. We also did create record. We created an account. Then we deleted the account. If you remember, this is what we did yesterday. Long back last week, we did a grid. On the grid, we perform an update, rows many. All these are imperatively. Once again, I'm calling it, guys. These are imperatively. You are doing an imperatively, you're programming it. Why? Let's understand. Yesterday's class 0607. If you remember that, I was using create record. I was using delete record. Even though I'm using wire, see on the top line number 1, I've written wire. Wire is grayed out. Why? Because I have not used wire anywhere. Did I use wire? No. Even though on the top I have put wire, you can see line number 1, lightning element, comma track, comma wire, comma API. Track is activated because I have used the track at line number 9, 10, 11, 12. Right? API, have I used it? Yes, at line number 13 I have used API. Wire, it's grayed out. If you observed, it's not highlighted. Why? Because I didn't use wire anywhere. I'm not wiring. There are two ways to interact with the database: imperatively and wiring. Imperatively and wiring. Yesterday's class was imperative. 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 Right? Imperatively. I just want to clarify this. Right? It was by mistake due to my this toothache and everything. Right? Most of the time I was, I'm teaching, but still my mind is not getting fully focused because this pain, it goes to the brain, and for a second it goes here and there. So in that unconscious, maybe I have answered to somebody has asked me the question saying that, right, Rupam, is it a wire or it's imperatively? I told it's a wire, but no, it's not a wire. It was imperatively. Because we are dealing the wire topic, right? I just gave a random answer called wire, but it is imperatively. See that wire is nowhere used in this whole program yesterday, where we have written call me, where we have written the button, right? Submit button, which is saving the record, delete button, which is deleting the record. We are not writing any server side controller. We are directly going ahead and calling it imperatively. Imperative call. Similarly, in the data table also, we used, right, imperatively. What update record was imperatively called, whereas a class was called, here we have used both wire and imperatively. Wire and imperatively in the data table class, right? Whenever I say that it's wire, you should be able to see that wire should be not gray, it should be highlighted. If it's highlighted, then you're using wire. Always when it's a wire, I'll be using @wire. If I'm not using @wire, it's not wire, it's imperative. Simple differentiation, guys. Here you can see that @wire. That means this class or the method name is called by wire, not imperatively. Today, this is wire. Today we will see imperatively. Same exercise I will take. Same exercise we will take, right? What we are going to do, we are going to call, right? Today I'm going to create an account or contact or whatever it is imperatively, right? I'll be creating imperatively as, sorry, today I'll be creating it in a wire. Last class we created imperatively. Today we'll be taking up again in the wire, right? I know that I'm switching between imperation and wire, right? You sometimes getting confused which one is wire, which one is imperation. Simple word, simple understanding. Whenever you see wire would be one line, ఒకటే line. Wire is done with a single line, whereas imperation requires a lot of programming. See, this is whole imperation. Imperation require full programming, whereas wire will not have full long program. One line program wire. Mostly wire consists of one line program. Mostly wire consists of one line program. That's it. That's it. Mostly wire consists of one line program. See, to get the contact, right? Only this line. Whereas to update, you see, so many things have to do. Imperation or imperatively, it's long programming. Wire is the shortest program, right? Wire is the shortest program. In wire, I will be using @wire. Last class, whatever I was showing you, I gave a wrong name. It's not wire, all right? These are all imperative. Whatever we did this, just correct it. It's an imperative, right? These are all imperative, right? Because nowhere I've used @wire. Clear, guys? Yes or no? Yes. Clear? If you have a doubt, call it out. I don't mind repeating yesterday's class again. I don't mind repeating everything again, right? But I want that there should be clarity. Yes or no? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, don't forcefully say yes. Heartfully, you should be saying yes. Others, yesterday we used delete record, create record, all these commands, delete record, create record, get record. These are imperative. These are imperative commands. These are imperative commands. These are imperative commands. Create record is an imperative command. Delete record is an imperative command. Update is an imperative command. Right? Right? So with create record, I'm creating. Now, can I create a record with wire? Can I create a record with a wire? Yes, you can. Let's do this. Let's do it. Now, yesterday I took, okay, sorry. Yesterday I took what? Contact, account. Today we'll take contact. Somebody said that, Rupam, why can't you take a custom object? Right? Let's take a custom object. I don't mind taking a custom object. We will create a custom object, right? And then we will create a record in that. Rupam @ right? lt96.com, password CRM1234#. I'm logging in, right? Let us create a custom, right? I'll create a custom object and then we will try to create. Why I'm not taking custom object? Because in custom object, we have to remember the field name, first name, underscore C, right? In tax opportunities, the field names are standard. So that's the reason I was taking. Otherwise, there is no difference. Just somebody put on the chat window, take one example with a custom object. So let me take it right now then. Object manager. I'm going to create an object called as, right? Create object, custom object. What is the object name? I will say passenger. 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 Plural name. Passengers. By default, system is creating a field called as passenger name. Right? Allow reports, all these things. If you want to check, you check. I said launch a custom tab wizard. Save. Right? This object already exists. Oh, we have it. That's really good, no? If we have it, then it's well and fine. I need not to create anything. Right? Do I have a passenger object? Payments is there, right? I see passenger. Oh, perfectly fine. We have a custom object called as passenger. Let me check it out. New. Passenger first name, passenger last name, passenger email. Okay. I click on new. Let me once again fill the record. Passenger name Rupam. Last name CHAKRABORTY. Email r@r.com. Click on save. Perfect. We have an object called as passenger. Today's class, we will take it wire. Yesterday's class, we did it imperatively using create record. Create record is imperative command. Delete record is an imperative command. Update record is an imperative command. Get record is an imperative command. Now today we will take wire. Whenever I say wire, I will say @wire. I have to use in my programming. Yesterday we declared wire in the top. We have imported the wire, but we have not used the wire anywhere. That's the reason wire is grayed out. So yesterday's class was not a wire class. It wasn't, even though it's a wire, but it was an imperative class, right? Today we will see how to do the same thing. Yesterday we created what? Created a record using create record. We created what? We name equals to this dot name, phone equals to this dot phone, industry equals to this dot, right? We created account. Today we will create passenger. Imperative, as we will create it wire today, right? Let's do it. Today we will create wire. Everyone clear? That means I have to use @wire. I will not call create record, right? So for that, what I'm doing, let's see, Control Shift P. First I will create a class. What is the class name? CL, right? Class name CL. Today's date 0707 underscore EG1 underscore, right? Create PAS passenger. Create passenger. Somebody passenger? Yes, create passenger. I'm creating a class. Wait. Let me close everything meantime. Meantime, let us go here. Go to our setup because I need to know the field name, right? I need to know the API name, field name, and everything. So I'm going to setup, right? Let us go to setup. I click on objects and fields. I click on object manager, right? I look for the object called as passenger, the one which we created. Here it is, passenger. What is the API name? Passenger underscore underscore C. I'll be keep on coming here. Right, now I go to the class. Right, system is still running my sfdx command. Let's wait. Right, there we go. System has created public class. I remove the constructor. This is my class. Public with sharing class CL0707 example1 create passenger. What I will say, string result. I'm declaring variable. Now I will say what? Try. Same thing what I was doing in my lightning, same thing I'll do here. Try and catch. Try catch. This is how the try catch statement looks. Hey, try this. Try catch. Try catch. Exception. I will say exception is E. Mostly we take E. Right? Try catch. This is how. What I'm doing, I'll say passenger P equals to new passenger. I'm creating a passenger, right? Right. This I will put inside a method. This all has to be inside what? A method, right? Including this. Let's take it. Control X. How is the method? Public static string. What is that? Create PASS create passenger RECORD. This is the method name. Create pass record, because already class name I have given this, so this is the method name I'm giving. Inside the method, this all will come. Right, inside the method. Now what I will do during the runtime, string f name, comma, string Oh no, I will say name, string name. Don't worry, string name, comma. What are the fields that I have in the passenger table? I go to this, right? I have passenger first name, passenger last name, passenger, only 3 fields. Okay. Passenger string F name, string L name, comma, string email, string email, right? Inside that, I'm declaring one more. This is a method variable, method variable, local variables or method variables, whatever you call it. Try passenger P equals to new passenger. Now I will start mapping. What I will say, P dot, right? Let us go and get the custom object. That is the reason why I was not every time taking a custom object. I'm taking system object because you have to keep on moving. What name equals to what? Whatever the F name you're getting, pass it to there. Next, P dot, again come here. What is the fields? It is last name underscore C, control C, equals to what? Whatever the data that I received in the method called as L name, L name. Last, P dot, what is this? Let me go. What is the field name? Passenger email, control C, equals to, what is that? Whatever the email I get. Perfectly fine. Then I will say insert P. Insert P. Once the P is inserted, I will say result. Result. Result equals to what? Equals to passenger created. Created with ID. I want the passenger ID to be displayed. Plus P dot ID. System will display the P dot ID. Suppose it fails, then I will say result passenger creation failed. Failed. ERR error. What is error? Here I will say, right? Right. Whatever the, okay, E dot. E dot. Right? E dot. Get error message. For the error. I don't want to increase that line. So fine. Passenger creation failed, right? Here passenger created with ID this. Right catch. Now, finally, after this is done, I will say return. Return what? Return the result. Right? Whenever you are accepting a data, never say, if you remember that I told you, right? Cacheable true. Don't use in aura enable here. I'm writing this method, right? This method is at the rate. What is this? Aura enabled. Aura enabled. Right? Automatically system is writing so many things for you. I don't need. Aura enabled is enough. Don't write in the bracket cacheable true. Cacheable true is required only when, right? Cacheable true is required only when you are fetching a data, right? Through what? SOQL. Here we are giving the data. Whenever you are giving the data, you are passing the data. Earlier it was only one direction, from class to the component. Now it is going from class to the component. It is also, right, from class to the component, and from the component it coming back to the class. It's a to and fro. One direction, cacheable true. Bi-direction, don't use cacheable true, right? Cacheable true. Aura enabled. Aura enabled. That's enough. Aura enabled. Clear? Aura enabled. That's enough. Control S. Any error in the class anywhere? No. Perfectly fine. Let us go ahead and deploy this first, or we can deploy it all at a time. But anyhow, let's do a step by step. Control P. Authorize an org. It's a production. Enter. What's that? Shh, that boy. So it's logging in, right? Let me log in. Rupam, Rupam lt96.com. Password CRM 1234 hash. Right, it's run successfully. I can close it. Perfectly done. Control Shift P. Deploy this to the source org. Custom object, okay? Custom object. We will create using an wire, not imperatively. Yesterday's created an account imperatively. Today's class, we will create a passenger with using wire. Perfectly done. Now I will say Control Shift P. Let's create a Lightning Web Component, LWC. LWC underscore 0707 underscore EG1 underscore create passenger wire. Right. Now system has created 0707. Right. So let me go to the HTML first. Let us build the template. Here, li I'm taking lightning card. Right. Lightning card. Create passenger. Inside that, I'll take what? Lightning input. Lightning input. I will say label. Enter passenger first name. First name. Perfectly fine. On change. Right. On change. Call F name. Right. That's the reason it's always better that you close it there and there itself. Next. Right. I'm copying it. Control V. Similarly, I'll copy this. Enter passenger last name. Enter passenger email. I will say L and I will say call email. Then I'll simply have a button. Button. Label. Label equals to what? Save. Variant. I want blue color button. Brand. On click. On click. On click. What do you want? Create PS. Create pass. Call create pass. Call create pass. Control S. Now I'll go to my JavaScript. I'll go ahead and wait. So what I'm going to use today, let me put track, comma, wire, comma, API. I always do. Time also we always add those. We don't know what is required, what is not required. So let us add all the three, right? All are grayed out because I have used none of them. Right. First thing, you have to import that method. You have to import that method. How the method import is done, right? You have to say import. Import. Import what? Always by default, we always give the method name. You can give any name. It's not compulsory that you have to give a method name, but mostly we give what? The method name. From where? From where? Right? From @Salesforce, right? All your methods are in Apex. @Salesforce Apex slash the class name. This was the class name. Control C. Class name. Dot the method name. This is the method name. Connected. We did this, if you remember. Last time also we did this when we were pulling the data table, to get the data. Perfectly fine, guys. Now I just need to wire this method. In the method, I have to pass the parameters, right? Because in this method, you have three parameters: fname, lname, email. That's what it's mapping in the passenger, and that's what it is inserting. Perfectly fine till here. I have imported the right. Now I will say, right, fname, lname. I will say, right, email. I'm declaring a variable. Data can be changed. Yes, @track. Automatically track got enabled. Track. Done. Now, whatever the data that is entered here, I have to capture it. So I have to have event listeners. In this, I will say event. Copy this. What are those? Next, call name. Next, call email. Perfect. Three are here. If you want, I'll push it inside. Three are here. Right? What is this? This dot. This dot what? Fname. Line number 7. I'm assigning equals to whatever the data that you entered in the template. Event dot target dot event dot target dot value. event.target.value. Similarly, the next one also. Control C, Control V, Control V. LName, email. So whatever the data that you are entering in the template will now be captured and stored in line number 7, 8, 9. Whatever the input fields are there, that will be captured. I told you rather than writing this separate, you can write one function and you can pull by name. If name equals to this, then this dot f name equals to same. You can do in that way also. Now, simple work. What is our method? To the method, I have to pass this field. I'm wiring it at the rate wire. Wire what? At the rate wire. Always it's wire, and wire will give you a response. Response you will store in anything. Pass. Wire what? Wire this method. Comma. I have to pass the parameter in a JSON. Always the parameters are passed in JSON. What is that? In that, right? What is that? Here, sorry, in the class, what I have? Fname. In the class, what I have? Fname. Control C. Come here. Fname. In the class, Fname. Colon. What is the field name here? My field name is here, right? Always I can directly go ahead and I can assign this to this field called as Fname. Suppose the page comes and you change the value. First you written Rupam, you click save. Then what will happen? A passenger called Rupam will be created. Then you remove the name called Rupam without refreshing the page or component. You change Rupam and you Ravi. Still it will contain Rupam. Unless until I put a dollar. Dynamic fields. All the dynamic fields would be with a dollar. Dynamic fields. If you don't put dollar, then it will be fixed. That means it will create a passenger called as Fname. No, I just want to convey that it is not fixed. It is dynamic. Next, what is the field? LName. LName is what? Right? What is my Control Z. What is my field? My field is LName. Automatically a passenger called LName will be created. No, it is dynamic. That means this will contain a value. Take the value inside the LName. Otherwise, it will create a passenger called as Fname LName. No, I don't want to have. Right? Dynamic values always with a dollar. Passing a parameter. Then, what is the field I have? Email. Better that you take all this small. My suggestion will be that always take small, right? L. Caps creates a problem. E. I'm taking all small. I have to deploy this again. Remember that. F. L. E. Sometime it will create a problem. That's the reason. FLE. Now here, right? F. L. And the last one is, email. What is that? Email field. Dollar email. Right? Dollar email. Over. That's it. Over. I told you wire is a single line command. See, wire. I'm using wire. Wire got highlighted. Did I use the API anywhere? No. So I didn't use any public variable. Control S. Let's see whether this component works or not. I will say true. Control S. Everywhere save, save, save. Let us deploy this. Control Shift P. Deploy to the source org. Wait, we will still further do it more. Now I'm seeing whether it's saving or not. Once the saving is done, then we will retrieve the ID. Saving is done. Now I will go ahead and deploy our LWC also. Simple, declaring the variable, right? From the template, whatever the data is there, transferring to the variable and wiring it. This is wire, perfectly wire I'm doing. Control Shift P, deploy this to the source org. Meantime, let us log in. Oh, we are already logged in. Perfectly fine. Developer console. Yesterday, we created imperatively using what? Using this create record. Today, I'm not using create record. Today, I'm creating what? With a wire. Deploy ran successfully. Right click, rename, copy, go to the developer console, paste it, save 0707, click on preview. There we go. Enter passenger first name. Passenger first name, right? Who requested it? I don't know his name because his name is shown as N Salesforce. N SALESFORC Force. His name is 3. That's the reason I always request to please make sure that you enter your names and everything correctly. Right? Right. What is the email address? Who requested it? NSALESFORC Force N Salesforce 3 @gmail.com. This is the person who requested. Click on save. Cannot read the property, right? Apply undefined, right? Cannot read the property. Okay. I will say A3. Save. Still we have a problem. Let us go ahead and see. Uncaught type cannot read the property apply. Right? Where is the problem? We have to find one by one now. Where is the problem? Right? It should be creating a passenger, but you can see that it's not happening. RRR, passenger last name RRR, right? Click save, same thing. Let's go ahead and check it out. Did we made any mistake anywhere or not? Right? So one by one, we will have a look here. Right? Aura enabled, yes. Public static string, that's string f name, l name, string this. Right now, right? Okay. Use all small C, control S. Use small name always, at least in the starting. Right? I'm checking whether, because these are the places where the problem comes. Right? Small, control S, control shift P, deploy this to source org. Creates the method class name always with a small, right? That is recommended. That is what we are recommending. I'm deploying it. If it still doesn't apply, then we will talk about it. We will see where exactly it's created a problem. Perfectly fine. That's good. Right. Control S, we did that. Control Shift P, deploy this to the source org. Right. Right. Event.target.value, just a glance, looks all good. Right. good, right? Comma, right? F name, right? All looks to be good. There is no issues that we observe, right? Perfectly fine. Let's go ahead, refresh it. Employee, passenger name, AAA, last name, AAA, save. Untyped, read, cannot read property apply. Cannot read property apply. Okay, undefined. Let's go back. Now let's troubleshoot where exactly, right? So lightning element, track, Salesforce, perfect, Apex, class name, dot method name. Perfectly fine. This is what we imported. Should be good. These are all track, call me, right? Let me check. Now we have to put what? Alert to see whether things are working or not. Alert, right? Oh, guys, I made a mistake, guys. I made a mistake, right? When you click on this button called save, then only it should call this. No, where is this? Call create pass,
And even did you create that variable
right?
PASSS?
Right. Which variable?
Go to JavaScript, please.
Mhm.
At line number 25, the PASSS. Do we need to create that variable?
No, this is something we need not to create that, right? This is where system will give you the data automatically, right? It will store there, right? So you need not to create that variable, right?
Okay.
PA, PA. This is something we always give if it's a contact, we give contact. We give account, we give account. So here we give the table name actually, right? You can give anything. PASSC, PASSC, and GR, passenger. That's it. So wire will return the data to the passenger, right? That's how the wire service designed. But when the wire will be called, right? See, I didn't do anything here, right? So that means now this event also, when you click the button, I'm calling nowhere, right? This one, and I'm trying to see whether it's working or not. So bad. Control C, Control S. Let's come to the JavaScript. Control V. Sorry, let me close the door. My door is making a lot of noise here. What happened? Okay. Okay. Hope that it does like this. Right. See, when you click this button, event, event, event. When you click this button, Control X, then wire it, right? That's the right approach. Here is the button, right? Without doing this, we have direct written a program and we are thinking that where exactly, right? Right. So you can split in another line also. PASS, pass, Control S, right? Pass, Control S, Control Shift P, deploy this to the source org, right? Okay, we got failed, right? The reason is that this pass. Okay, let's, if you are, I'm not declaring there, it's taking it. Okay, no problem, right? So let me go ahead and I can increase it more, but fine. Let us say I can declare a variable and I can put it, but anyhow, wire create record, right? That is the method. These are all the mapping done, right? And I'm calling inside, right? PASS PSS, PSS pass. Why it's not taking it? Import. LWC has a problem. Wire is right. Right, column number 28. 28, what is that? Right, passing error. Decorator must be attached to a class or a declaration. Right, I should attach this to a class or a declaration. Okay, right, fine then. Right, so let me attach to a declaration. So we will declare it. Okay, let's say if it's not taking it, @ pass. Right, Control S, Control S. Not required declare, but anyhow, if it's not taking it, track. Control S. I'm using pass event. Control Shift P. Deploy this to the source org. Okay, let us see what is the problem. Right, let's see here. Decorator must be attached to a class declaration. Right. Okay. So let us declare then const constant, right? Constant pass, right? Fine then. Want it to be declared? Let us declare that constant pass, right? Perfect. Control Shift P. Deploy this to the source org. Same problem. What happened? No. Right, path
So
error
after
deploy.
pass, we need to give error comma data. Like
We can. I mean, if we
decorator.
don't give also, it should be working. See, right? That's exactly what I was about to do in the next step. Right. After
So
this, I will go
can you
ahead
just change?
and
Can you just change the name from pass to something else?
ABC. Right. D. ABCD. It should be taking it. Doesn't require. Right. Actually, this whole is nothing but I can take with error, then catch. I can take it in that way. Getting it? Okay. I can go ahead and I can take it in this way. Wire. Right. It should be working, guys. I mean, I shouldn't have any problem. It should be taking it. I don't know why it's not taking it. I don't require this.
Should there be a
Let's see this.
space before
So
ABCD?
That doesn't make a difference. The space is always there. Control Shift P. Right. Okay. First save it. Control
all
Shift
the
P.
functions, all the functions are called without any comma. Is it a correct way?
All the functions are called without
Called
any comma. Where?
comma means like on line number 24, we should have a comma between
No, no, no,
email,
no, 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 no,
email
no, no,
and
no, no, no.
call
Between
create
these
pass.
two. No, here we don't have a comma. Remember this very well. We don't have a comma calling. We don't have any comma anywhere. Right. So if you're saying that after email there should be comma, 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 the way we are writing, no, it's perfectly done in this way. No issues at all. Right. I don't know why it's not taking it, but it should be taking it. In earlier classes also, we did the same thing, if you remember, right? Where
Because
we did,
even when you deploy some time back, it was not giving this error.
well, I know that.
It's in,
Now suddenly it's giving error, right? Import. See, the same thing we did here in the data table.js also, if you remember that, right? You see that wire, class name, then the contact directly, space. You can give anything there, right? Doesn't make a difference. So it's the same thing. Why it's giving error is a bit right? But let's see. Otherwise, we have to close everything and we have to restart again everything. Sometimes it behaves weirdly also, right? So first I want to check whether everything is correct or not. See, create is perfectly done right here, right? Let me close all this previous example. So C is small, everything is small, right? That's perfectly done. Event dot call me, whenever call me is here, I say call me, right? Call me, that's perfect. That's what the event is. Whenever you click on it, @wire, right? Call the create contact with this name. Whatever the response is there, right? Give it to this, perfectly fine. I don't see anything. I can put in the next line if it feels bad, right? I will say PASSENGR, passenger, right? What is the plural name? Passengers, right? This is what the plural name. Control S, deploy to the source org. If not, we have to close, but perfectly in the programming, you don't have an issue. Somewhere something is wrong. That's it. It's a simple program. We have imported wire. We have imported the method. We have declared the fields. We have heard the fields, right? So again, the deployment fails.
JSON format లో this dot fname అని ఇవ్వాలి కదా.
No, fname is correct. The store is now literally making noise. I don't know why the store is making this much noise. Just give me a sec, guys. Okay, I'm back here. Right. So JSON is also correct. Fname, right?
Sir, line number
Yes, please.
line
Tell me.
number 26. To call create pass event is required over there.
Where?
Line
one?
number 20. Yeah.
26. Not required, but still, I told you to write event everywhere, right? Even though if it's not required, but that's not the problem there, right? The problem is not that, right? The mapping is also correct. Control CP. It works. It should be working. No, deployment failed. What is the last one? Code 1. What is that? JSON create wire log failed exit code 1, right? Landing decorator must be attached to a class declaration, right? Landing decorator be attached to a class declaration. So I'm attaching it. It's not even taking it, right? Constants UNST passengers. Still it's not taking it. Space no. Control S, right? Control S, P. Okay, let's do one thing. Fine, guys, no issues. If it's not working, let's see. Okay, we will look on it. Let's not waste the time
Can
here.
you comment
If you
20?
can find.
Yeah, sorry.
Tell me, comment 20.
Same.
If
I
I
asked you to comment 29. And let's
okay.
try first.
So let's leave it. Let's go ahead and we'll do something in a different way. Okay, right? You can also directly, right, without a wire. This is the wire method. how to, whenever I'm using a wire, it's a wire method. Can I call imperatively? Yes, you can. How? Same way the way yesterday you have done, right? Same, imperatively. Same manner we will do it, right? What is that? Right? My method. What is my method name? My method name. This is my method name. Create, right? This is my method name, right? Dot what? Yesterday, same thing. The way we did it yesterday, right? I will take this whole copy, Control C. But in the place of create record command, what is that? My command is not create record. I will say my method name, Control C, method name. Where is my record data? I can declare it outside or I can declare it directly here. Let me declare it directly here, right? I put a curly bracket. I put a curly bracket. I'm splitting it into 2 lines so that you can understand, right? I can split in a multiple lines. Same code, yesterday's code I'm taking. Imperatively, I'm taking it. Let me call it out imperatively first, and then we will check the where. Where should be easy. Where is the most easiest? But right, names, F name, map here, F name, right? F name, F name, right? F name equals to, we can also do this. F name equals to this dot F name. Here also we can take this dot. Let us check first. Okay, right. Next, what is that? L name equals to, right, colon, not equals to here because JSON. This dot what? L name. Last, what is that? Email is the field. This dot, right, email, this dot, right? Perfectly fine. Done. Now response, right? Anything, I don't mind. Equals to, in this bracket, in the response, I will split. I will do a programming inside this bracket. What is this? Right? Alert. Alert what? Give me the ID, right? Alert. What was the response you got? Just show the response, because response will contain that return statement, whatever we give in return, right? Return result. Result will give you passenger created with ID or passenger creation failed. That's exactly what I want. It will be there in the response, right? Perfectly fine. Error inside this curly bracket. Again, I'm doing a programming. Alert. What? Error what? LERT, alert. Alert what? This alert will give me the function alert. What is that? Error. Error dot body dot message, right? Error dot body dot message. Error dot body dot message, right? Perfectly fine. Control S. Let's see whether imperatively it's working or not. Wire, it's giving us an error. Now I'm doing same thing as imperatively. This is imperatively. Remember this, guys. Earlier we have been calling the inbuilt functions. Create record is inbuilt method available. Delete, update, these are inbuilt. Now in the place of this, whatever the name of the method that I gave in the class that I'm using it, remaining everything remains same. Control S, Control Shift P, deploy this to the source org. Deploy this to the source org. Deploy to the source org. Right? Perfectly done. Deployment ran. Now let's go ahead and refresh this app. Actually, the easiest is the wire, but looks like that now the imperative has become easy. Wire is getting tough to deploy. Okay, no issues. I'm refreshing it. I'm creating a passenger called AAA, last name BBB, email aa@bb.com. Save. So that passenger created, an ID came up. Passenger came, ID came up. I go to the passenger. I should be able to see this passenger. Passenger. Right? I should be able to see AA. See, the passenger came. First name AA, last name BBB, email aa@bb.bomb. Bomb. This is what I filled. Yes, POM. See, imperatively it's working fine. Somebody told to take custom manager, right? Somebody told to take a custom manager, so custom object. So we have taken a custom object. You can create ttt tt@tt.com. I'm click save. Right? Passenger created. Suppose I don't give the first name. I'm not giving the first name. I should get an error now. What error? First name. I'm giving ggg@gg.com. Click save. Oh, it got created. Why? What is the compulsory field here? Passenger first name is indexed. It's a required field. Oh, question should give me an error. Oh, it created with what? It didn't create it. It took, what is this? From where it came? What is this? It took the ID itself in the passenger name. See, actually it should give me error. But it took the ID itself in the passenger name while creating, which is wrong, right? System should give me error here because I left it blank. So if I left it blank, system should give me an error. But what it's doing, it's creating a passenger and it's assigning that in this blank field. You see how it's creating? It's creating with an ID, right? So now let's go here. So creating a passenger, right? Imperatively, it's working fine. However, in the passenger field, system is taking what, right? It is taking what? It is taking the, automatically system is taking the ID of that particular, right? From where it's taking? I didn't give the ID anywhere, right? We didn't pass the ID, but system itself is doing it, right? System itself is pass the, the default ID anywhere, right? System itself is doing it. We will see. Before that, this method is working fine, right? So I'm commenting it till here. Let us once again try with the wire, right? I go to the wire. I will say wire. Problem is not this mapping. Wire equals to this dot. What is that? F name, right? This dot. This dot. L name. Email. This dot. Email. Right? Wire. Wire. This is the method. On this method, I'm going ahead and I'm passing these values, right? I'm passing these values. Let me see. Control S. Control Shift P. Deploy to the source org. No, declaration failed, right? Declaration didn't happen, right? Declaration is not, it's not taking it. So something is wrong. We will check this out. Even I'm not sure what exactly has gone wrong. We have to troubleshoot now. If I keep it outside and if I say C, system is taking it. Wire at the time, C, it's taking it. Let's take example. If I say I'm loading the some default value equals to test test equals to test equals to test right? Control S. I just want to see this, right? Email test@test.com. com. Control S, Control Shift P, deploy to the source org. Right, it's deployed. Okay, now let's go ahead and refresh. There is no data called test in the passenger, right? So let me go ahead and refresh this page. Right, this error, you might need to refresh the page. Cannot read the property. Once again, let us check that. Cannot read the property f name. F name was undefined. Let's see. So perfectly done. It will not take in, right? It will take in dollar only. This for sure we got it. Dollar F name, right? Not this. This will not take it. I told not to try with this. That's the reason I was looking for this, right? What was that? L name, right? And the last one is dollar email, right? Control Shift P, deploy to the source bar. I just want to see whether the wire is working or not. If the wire is working, then we have to call this here, right? Imperatively, right? Let me see whether the wire is working or not. Perfectly fine. Let's go ahead. I say, okay, let me refresh. Let me see if the page loads. Immediately, let me go and see. I should have a test. Right? No. Test is not coming up. Okay, guys, looks like that we have to do further investigation here. Right? It should be working. That's not a problem. When I take it inside, why it's giving an error here. Control Z. We have to look on it. Imperatively, things are working fine. But whenever I'm trying to do it with a wire, things are not working. Right? Whenever I'm trying to do with a wire, things are not working. The same wire service we took last time, it's working. So let us see, right? Is it the name, right? Both shouldn't have a same name. I have to check once, or somewhere there's a caps or on and off, right? So we will check it out. Tomorrow also, we will continue with wire. I have to make sure that this wire is working. So tomorrow class also, we will look on wire. Today we started with wire, but wire is not working. So we went to the imperatively. Imperatively, you can see it's working. Single word, whenever you see any method like this in the form of response, catch, then catch, then dot catch, understand that it's imperatively. Whenever we are using @wire, then only it's a wire function. It's a wiring function. Wiring a function function /prop property. We use wire. Wire is the simplest and short line code. Wire is the simplest and short line code, right? I will check it out. why it's not working. Maybe we might have made somewhere small mistakes. That's the reason it's not working, but it should be working. Understood, everyone? Right? Meantime, even you can also try to see why this wire is not working. Right? That's it for today. We will meet tomorrow again on the same time. We will continue with wire. To make one more example with wire, right? We will take search example with wire. Search example. Let's see whether that works or not. Should be working. Search example with wire, right? Mostly wires are not written inside an call out event. Remember this. Wires are always outside the event. First thing, that thumb lesson you have to know. Right here. Wire is like this. The way you say @track, we never say @track inside a function. See, it will give error. First thumb rule. Remember this. Wire should be always outside. See, I have put outside, but even if I put outside, right, I have the values there. Test, test, test. Then the system should be able to create. Agreed that when you click, right, I cannot call a wire function inside this, right, because these are decorators. We cannot call it inside. Agreed. So even if you can't, there's another way to call it inside. How can I call it inside? So even if you're, let's say that I'm calling outside, still this wire should able immediately as the page load, right, the system should call the method. It should pass the parameters. When the system pass the parameters, immediately the data has to be created. That means as soon as the page loads, I need an test that to be created, but those are not getting created. So that means something to do more with the wire. We have to check it out, right? So I'll continue this tomorrow. Wire, we will create this as well as one more example tomorrow, right? That's it for today, guys. Able to understand? Issues are there. It will come, right? This is a new concept, right? There'll be a lot of issues will come because a couple of them you have seen, toast event or something like that I was showing you. Those are there in the documentation as well as everywhere. But when you use it, it doesn't work here. There are many times in LWC, there'll be a lot of things will come which you have to go ahead and you have to find, you have to do a R&D research. For example, wire was working fine. Now the wire is not working. In the data table also, we have passed without a parameter, right? But now it's the only thing is that I have attached a parameter to it. Wire, it's not working. So let us see this. Okay. So that's it for today. Let's meet tomorrow. So thank you, guys. Any questions? Anyone has any questions before we drop? Any questions? Everybody at least understood? Everyone clear with the imperation? Right? Imperation, you are clear? Guys, imperation, everyone clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Others, imperation, clear? What happened? Nobody is responding. Others, imperation clear? How to call
Yes, sir.
See, imperatively is very easy. Looks like that.
Yes.
Imperatively. Always remember this structure, the one which I shared with you yesterday. This structure. Again, I'm copying and pasting it for you guys. That's it. Imperation. With an imperatively, you can call a server-side controller. We can also call using a wire. But looks like that calling a wiring is creating a trouble. We'll continue this tomorrow and we'll sort it out. Don't worry. Right? Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. Take care. Good day.